as we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the BYU Cougars, taking on last year's national champion, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. I guess they're not interested in kicking it away. They're lining up for an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. So BYU's offense comes onto the field first today. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Gonna swing it on second down. Fires to the tight end. Knocked off his feet.
This tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up at different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. 57 yards out, and he powers it through the uprights.
Man, these late-night crowds are so much fun. They're so into it, so much energy in this building. And the visiting team drives down the field. Tell you what, drive stalls out a little bit. But they quieted this place a little bit by getting three and starting this game off on the right foot.
So UCF's offense will get the ball for the first time. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here. The quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell that he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns. Like, it was a thing of beauty. Now, defensively, I also know that. And I know he's looking that way, so look forward.
Oh, he's got some space. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
The give to Davis. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
The throw to the outside is complete. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver comes in motion. Now the play fake. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Hauls it in. He is stopped inside the 15 at the 14-yard line, and an interesting call here on 4th down. Absolutely perfect. And with the field goal guys all locked up here in the first quarter. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
The earth is shaking. Bounce house living up to its name as UCF tries to get off the field. Now the pitch.
3rd down. Offense trying to go option, seeing if they can outflank the defense by pitching it, but nothing there. Great penetration up front. The defense looked like they were ready for it, guys, and they were able to come away with a massive negative play.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too.
Breaks into the open. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the 1st down.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll leave it with him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They tried to get the defense going the wrong way with the counter, but nothing doing.
Aggressive defense, attacking defense. You want to hit them with those counters, but it wasn't successful in this play. Defensive line, linebackers, everybody's dialed in. They see what's going on. They diagnose it, go downhill, hit them right in the middle of the field.
They're risking giving up prime field position as they go for it on 4th and long from the 44. Got his man. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The pull and throw off the RPO. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, UCF! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And they knocked through the extra point for the 10-3 lead. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. From the gun to give, looking for room. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Looking to fire. Spits it out to the back. Caught near the sticks. It's Spillman. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. The Cougars come to the line in the hurry-up.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Trying to set up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Turning it on! He's not quite going to make it to the marker. They'll spot it at the 37, and now a decision on 4th down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. Splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. East Carolina is down, but they are not out of it. Not there inside Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium. One of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Temple. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this club.
And here's a fumble way behind the line.
And I absolutely love the option, but this is part of it, right? The quarterback has to make a lot of reads really quickly and then carry the football and take care of that thing. So I think, you know, the fumble was caused there. We don't know why, but this is part of the option risk you run by running it.
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Looking for blockers. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into...
There he goes to the left. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. Grab behind the line. It's Davis. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
And the rush will get to him at the 25. The Knights want to pick up the tempo.
Well, what a great job by the defense and phenomenal effort chasing down the quarterback, getting that sack for a huge loss, and now they're licking their chops, lining up in tempo. They're ready.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Knights!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they tacked on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. You want to talk about answering each other's score. That's what we have going on right now, Jesse.
Yeah, and this offense, it's been impressive just seeing how well they've been executing, too, because they're playing with a sense of urgency, David. They know they've got to go score a touchdown every time they take the field.
It's like a tennis match. You're just trying to break serve at some point, just back and forth. Both offenses having a lot of success in this football game.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Makes a catch along the left sideline, and that is a big pickup. BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sidelines.
To the air on 2nd down. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The bounce house is rolling here on 3rd down, trying to help UCF. Here's the pressure. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think...
There he goes! Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Got a little space. Stop just inside the 25. Will mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. It's complete on the right side. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The Knights have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Here's a hit. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Never a doubt. Now up by 7 points here in the 2nd.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll give it to the back. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. BYU right back to the line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Yeah, and those in-breaking routes with the quarterback and the receiver have to be really dialed in, really trustworthy because you're throwing to the middle of the field with so many hands. Nice job by the defense breaking on the football and taking that in away.
Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 4th down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. Got his man. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Couldn't quite get the huge play on that one, but he goes out of bounds at the 37. The Knights can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Got his man down the middle. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. From the 25-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quickly complete. He gets right to the edge of the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 20.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback can go in the other direction.
Quick completion on the out. Now the connection takes it to the 11. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on 1st down. He got it! They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
UCF.
Waning seconds of the 1st half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. Good right down the boulevard. And that lead grows even bigger. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, one half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Orlando.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger, and we might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be...
Oh, he's got some space. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field. This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got it. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
They keep pushing forward now, back to work on second and goal from the 6. Send the tight end in motion. Off play action. Extending the play. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice.
Touchdown, UCF! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, every game in CUSA is so very critical. How about this one today? Louisiana Tech is down right now, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Ruston today. They're trailing by just 4 to UTEP. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back with any big changes, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Wants to go up top on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. Wants to throw it. He lets it fly. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll field the punt and take it back. coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Rolling right, going deep. And he reels it in inside the 30.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Looking to throw on first down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Man, you think you've got the defense reeling. You just hit him with a big one. You're going to do it again, and instead, sacked.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity, too, because you deliver the haymaker the play before. You've got your opponent on the ropes. You're swinging for the fences on the next play, trying to deliver the knockout shot. You can't keep your QB protected. Nice job answering by the defense.
The Knights come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw for it. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Converts on 4th down. Still going. Touchdown, Knights! And the beatdown has ensued.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got enough for the first down and wants more. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. Finds a tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Has to get there to move the sticks. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. That's the mindset of this entire offense. They're not going to let you off the hook just because it's 4th and 1.
And that running back, he wanted the ball too. You could see there right after the third down play looking at his sideline saying, give me the ball, I want to go get this. I'm going to make a play for my team, and he comes through big time.
Finds his tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Snap it to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle, Des. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing.
Breaks into the open. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, BYU! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. And now they'll empty the backfield for the two-point try. They'll go to the air. He's got it, so they convert the two and keep just a flicker of hope alive, down 2 possessions.
UCF 37, BYU 21.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
The Knights come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offense...
Open field on the right. Touchdown, UCF! And the route is on. That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Let's see what he can do with the return. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. A strike downfield. Turning it on. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
Under fire. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
So he was forced to just take what the defense gave him, and they were able to stop him short of the first down.
And when you're a defense and you get 3rd and long and you know...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Knights! And they take it in for 6 more points. That ought to be enough to make this lead insurmountable, and with it, they'll be a perfect 10-0.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in CUSA, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Louisiana Tech is down right now, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Ruston today. They're trailing by 12 to UTEP. Implications galore inside CUSA, and we'll circle back should anything big happen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. After the strong run on 2nd down, 3rd down coming. Do they do it again? From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. Complete downfield. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got the quick pass. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a 1st down. BYU has this offense clicking. To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the right. Working the big fella to the corner. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Working that left side now. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They're going to run it. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cougar!
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You powered in for the touchdown and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
UCF offense ready to go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell.
There he goes! Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They go to the ground. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. This kicker's leg is getting a workout. He's already made 3 field goals, and here he comes again. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And that will extend their lead even further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he's going to try to return this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget.
Finds a spot in the middle. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, BYU! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Number 83.
And a really nice job by the quarterback. He drops back. He knows where he's going with the football. You can tell. He sees this guy coming from left to right, running that post down the middle of the field, throws it, perfect timing to his receiver. He catches the football, takes it into the end zone.
And he added the extra point. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose.
Touchdown, UCF! And the pummeling has started. That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated, whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams. They have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And he makes the extra point. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He'll keep it himself. Powers through the defender. Oh, it's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. It's a fumble on the play.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
The offense has it 1st and 10 from their own 20. Looking downfield on first down. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Breaks into the open. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Punts it out of the air. He is going nowhere. stop at the line of scrimmage.
No gain.
Nice job,
on the play.
defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Pulls it in. It's Knapp. Still running at the 40. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better.